And welcome back. So we are finishing the month of September on the warm and sunny side. So it has been an above average temperature month, and we didn't get a lot of moisture. So that's been the trend for this entire month, and it doesn't look like there's going to be much of a change going into at least the first part of October. Here's our tower cam time lapse with barely a cloud in the sky throughout the entire day. A southeasterly wind that was a little breezy at times did get us to near 80 degrees for a high temperature in North Platte. We're into the lower 80s for highs at Ogallala and Imperial, 77 from Thedford, Broken Bow, and Lexington. Valentine also hit 80 degrees, about 5 to 7 degrees above where we should be this time of year. But that average temperature is going to fall extremely quickly as we go through the month of October. Currently a little warmer than this time yesterday, mid-60s from North Platte out toward Ogallala, 61 at Lexington, lower 60s at Thedford and Imperial. And as for the winds, they have died down right now, mainly between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Still from that southeasterly direction. That does keep us on the warm side and produces a little bit of moisture. Most of the moisture in the form of a little bit of humidity because we barely have any clouds across all of central Nebraska. You have to make your way into the panhandle out toward Alliance, just north of Scottsbluff, before you run into any cloud cover. Doesn't look like we're going to get any shower activity tonight, but that'll change for the panhandle as we go through the next few days. But we look to stay dry here in central Nebraska. A couple areas of high pressure in charge of our forecast, one of them giving us the easterly wind, another one giving us a southerly wind, but the highs just give us sunshine. This low is approaching. It'll move to our north, but it looks like the cold front from this one will stall out over the next couple of days because it will be battling with Hurricane Ian down here, so these lows can't move off to the east as fast as they usually would. So that keeps us dry and keeps some moisture chances into the panhandle as we go through most of the weekend. So here's a look at the skycast as we make our way through the rest of the evening and overnight. Temperatures falling back to near 50, maybe a few clouds into the sandhills, but we keep that strong southerly wind as we go through the day on Thursday. That'll get us into the low to mid 80s, most of the moisture staying well off to our west, and then for the day on Friday starting off into the lower 50s. Still keep that southeasterly wind, so once again we are continuing to warm up with lower to mid 80s as we stay dry. So this high will exit, and then this low pressure system will very slowly make its way off to the east. A high to our south is really going to be in charge as we go through the Friday-Saturday time frame. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy for us, with chances of moisture off to our west, and the cooler air will also stay away until the start of next week. Let's take a look at Hurricane Ian right now. This is the 10 p.m. update. Right now, 80 miles south of Orlando, Florida. The winds have fallen from 150 when it made landfall earlier this afternoon down to 100. Still, 100-mile-per-hour winds over land is really not a good thing, as it will continue to move off to the north-northeast pretty slowly, around 8 miles per hour. So it is still a hurricane now, becomes a tropical storm as it moves over the Atlantic Ocean once again, makes a second landfall into portions of southern South Carolina. As a tropical storm, it will actually pick up a little bit of strength, so it stays at around 65-mile-per-hour sustained winds until it really drives into portions of western North Carolina before it does dissipate early next week. So here's your 7-day forecast. Low to mid 80s next couple of days, a little breezy, lots of sunshine, and Saturday mostly sunny, a high of 82 degrees, and partly cloudy Sunday, a high of 80. Then finally we get into some of that moisture, slight chances for some showers and thunderstorms Monday and Tuesday, and that cooler air can also finally make its way in as Ian moves on. So lower 70s by Tuesday into Wednesday, still with partly cloudy skies by this time next week. Kent?
So we still have to wait till probably next week if we're looking for any chance of some moisture.
Yeah, unfortunately that high is going to give us sunshine and keep us dry until around Sunday.
All right, thanks so much. And a public interest lawyer filed a lawsuit under President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan, arguing the policy is an abuse of executive power. It's one of the first significant legal challenges to the plan. Frank Garrison claims